Hello there, everyone. Just to introduce myself, my name's Leia. I am originally from Durham, North Carolina, but now I live in Greensboro, North Carolina, and I teach high school theater. So, just to get into this week's readings, I'm going to start off with the first essay that we had to read, which I felt was more informational as far as the direct origins of the Moscow Art Theater. Let me slow down. The direct origins and the journey of the beginning of it. And one quote that stood out to me was, on the contrary, the method of ensemble which the art theater employed revealed undreamed of possibilities in coordinated acting and has since become one of the most valuable means in representing, and I lay special stress on this word, the world pictured in the play. This quote stands out to me because one, ensemble, right? The Moscow Art Theater was, based off a group of people coming together to achieve these possibilities for theater, and the importance of the ensemble was dreamed of in that. And often I tell my students that we do a lot of individual work, right? Stanislavski's acting method is based off a lot of individual work, internal work, but the ensemble matters as well. And so what we all can give and contribute to the group for that quote unquote coordinated acting that the Moscow Art Theater produces. You know what I'm saying? That coordinated acting is something that we all benefit from as an ensemble. Moving into the Brestoff reading, which was this week, I liked it more. I like the way that the text delivers the words, the pattern, the style of the reading is resonates more with me. So one quote that stood out to me was, "It is terrible to lose oneself, one's specialness, just so that it can be reformed with a cookie cutter." As a high school theater arts teacher, I teach a lot about staying true to your authentic self. So it's cool to see that reiterated here in the reading and that I'm studying in my classes, because it reaffirms that for me, and that what I am teaching is good. And so authenticity and originality is just so important in what we do. Students usually their first exposure, like their main exposure to the actual methodology of acting starts in the high school classroom, right? So they may have done theater or in middle school or elementary school, but it's not until you get to high school theater, I feel like, where you actually start to do the work, and you actually begin to learn so much more about yourself, and then you start thinking of all the dreams and the possibilities of where you can take this, where it can go. So that quote really stood out to me, and just I could relate to it very much as a high school teacher, because I practice it in my life, staying true to myself. And then I also try to pass that on to my students so that they don't become reformed cookie cutter actors. Another quote was, "He is on the verge of leaving the amateur world and entering the professional one, yet he is standing in his own way." It just makes Stanislavski seem all the more relatable. We are often the ones who are standing in our own way. We carry that self-doubt. We in some ways self-sabotage, things like that. So just to know that the one of the greats, the great, actually goes through that same process, went through that same process that we go through, and it just makes him all the more relatable and makes me want to learn more. And I feel like that path of self-doubt is a part of our journey in theater, because you get rejected a lot. You get told, when you're on the acting aspect or even on the technical aspect, you get told so many no's before you get a yes. So you have to do a lot of internal work and revisiting your purpose. And I think that's very apparent in this week's reading, as far as Stanislavski goes. And then, of course, the relaxation, concentration, given circumstances, action. It's the blueprint, right? Remain calm. Think about what you're going to do before you do it, and consider what you know, what has been given to you, and then put that into action and see what comes to fruition. So we may not always interpret things the same way. We may not always have the same ideas, the same concepts in theater, but we are given certain things that we want. You follow what was the playwright's vision for this? What was the playwright's ideas? What were they trying to say? Theater is all about raising questions. So what are we giving? What are we actually giving to our audience? So given circumstances, that just stands out so much. It makes the world relatable to how we understand each other, what is already given to us, and how do we interpret that? And then what do we do to make it our own and then put it out into the world? So these week's readings made me think a lot about myself and how I can put this into my own classroom. And also, just understanding the process of theater, and that it's not so different. It wasn't so different back then that it is now. We are always looking to be more authentic and more original, and get that, that next thing that puts us on as actors and then puts other people on as well. So, this week's readings really registered to me. Yeah, thank you.